What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Darth Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Pfizer. Okay, Pfizer is, I'm hoping in the next few days, the United States will approve the vaccine. In the UK, it has approved the vaccine. And here's the thing between Pfizer and Moderna. I know I just did a video on Pfizer. I did a stock and dividend analysis. I'll just show you how it's done against the S&P real quick. Okay, since inception, okay, Pfizer has done very well against the S&P, and it's down right now. If you look at the max, let's just go to the past 5 years. Okay, the S&P has beaten Pfizer, okay, but since inception, it has done very well against the S&P. But here's the thing that's special about Pfizer, and I'm going to jump to its dividend history, okay? Maybe it's not keeping up in the S&P in the past 5 years, but this is what I like about Pfizer. Not only am I going to show you its dividend history, okay, how it's done with its dividends, but I'm going to talk about some pharmaceutical products that they deliver, because if Moderna are just mostly vaccines, okay? What happens when everybody gets the COVID vaccine? Let's just give an example. Merck passes theirs. Johnson & Johnson passes theirs. Pfizer has theirs. AstraZeneca has theirs. Then what? Okay. Then what? Okay. So, eventually, everybody's going to get vaccinated, or herd immunity is going to happen. And then this stock right here is just going to be a special stock for dividend investors. And the reason why Pfizer is a special stock for investors, okay, let's just look at its max. It's up, and it's slowly down. It's kind of a stock. It's very slow when it grows, but let me show you its dividend history real quick. So let's just start from 2006. So it was 24 cents a share, distributes a quarterly dividend, okay? 29 cents, 32 cents, and then the recession hit, and then it went down to, looks like 18 cents, and there's 20, then 22, then 24, then 26, then 28, then 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. This is what you want to see if you are a dividend investor, is increasing its dividend over time, distributes a quarterly dividend, and it's not really jumping up like too fast. And it's an affordable stock in my honest opinion. So let me show you real quick with their products that they have. This is what I like about Pfizer and their products. So here's some products that these guys offer. I'm just going to go over some of them. I don't want to get in too much detail, but they have some serious firepower with medications that they sell. Quinapril, that is a ACE inhibitor, and that helps people. I don't want to get into detail, but I don't want to get too technical, but basically your kidney has a renin-angiotensin system. Then it converts to angiotensin 1, and then to angiotensin 2. Angiotensin 2 kind of gets your blood pressure a little high, and it's kind of like a defense mechanism in your body. And what happens when angiotensin 2 happens is the ACE, like I was saying, your blood pressure goes up. So this is an ACE inhibitor. So what they've been discussing with COVID in the beginning is, don't take ACE inhibitors because the virus will come right after ACE, in your lungs or in your gut. So that's why people are complaining about diarrhea and stuff when they get this. So another one is acetylcysteine or mucomist. So there's two things that mucomist can do. One of them, it's an antidote, which is also known as acetylcysteine. It's an antidote for people that do Tylenol overdose, okay? So you'll be on acetylcysteine drip. I've taken care of numerous patients with Tylenol overdoses, and this is the drug for that. It's the antidote. There's also another thing with mucomist or acetylcysteine is that it loosens up secretions for people that have pneumonia really bad. It smells like rotten eggs. So if you ever go to visit a family member, or if your family member's in the hospital and they have pneumonia, and you smell this medication that smells like rotten eggs, that's acetylcysteine through your mask. Now, adenosine is a medication that we normally give for people that have supraventricular tachycardia. We call it the adenosine challenge. You inject it in someone in a matter of, it usually goes in 6 or 12 milligrams. And in a matter of 2 seconds, your liver detoxifies it and breaks it down. And it can get people out of supraventricular tachycardia, or you'll have to shock them. But we call it the adenosine challenge. Spironolactone, aka aldactone, is a medication. I'm actually surprised at how many medications these guys have that normally I pass meds with. Aldactone is a medication. It's a potassium-sparing diuretic. Basically holds on to potassium, so that people, you see this hydrochlorothiazide, this combination with aldactone and hydrochlorothiazide. This basically will spares the potassium in your peen. So that's kind of what's going on. So HCTZ, people usually say for that. For a second, I'm like, okay, I just want to make sure I said that right. Let's go over some other medications. Ampicillin, that's a nice antibiotic. So you're seeing what they have. The azithromycin, that's an antibiotic. Atropine, so if say like people take a beta blocker, too much of it, metoprolol or something, their heart rate's down, just push atropine, and that can get your heart rate up a little bit. So it usually goes in 0.5. So these are some of the things that we have. Oh man, I can't even tell you how many times I've hung this as an antibiotic, this ampicillin, sulbactam. So you're seeing not just, these are just this is pretty serious. I'm just going over the A's, okay? So what's another one that they have? X, what do they got here? So Xanax, that's an anti-anxiety medication. Unfortunately, there's a rise in depression and stuff, and people take that to go to sleep. So that's a very popular medication to go to sleep. So now you're seeing what these guys bring to the table. I'll just do one more just for you guys, see what they got. So labetalol let's do Keppra right here. I like to call Keppra, is the other name for it. This is for seizures, so people take this for seizures. And labetalol is a medication that helps people with their blood pressure and heart rate. It's actually helps out with the blood pressure a lot. I've pushed it before for people. So now you're seeing all the stuff that these guys have. Lipitor, gosh, atorvastatin or Lipitor, people that have high cholesterol, they have to take that, or people that just came from a, let's just say they had an MI or a stroke. They usually tell people to take Lipitor, because if your cholesterol levels go up, that can increase your chances of getting a stroke or a heart attack. So you're seeing all this stuff, okay, that's that these guys bring to the table. So they may go down at a certain point, okay, with people freaking out about the market and stuff. But remember, look at its dividend history, okay? And what does it bring to the table? Things that I always tell you guys as investors: when you look at stocks, how is it done against the S&P? Is it in demand? Of course this is in demand. Look at how many people have high cholesterol. Look at how many people have high blood pressure and stuff. They have their vaccine. when the vaccine, when this virus is gone and herd immunity happens, these guys are still fine. Moderna is a company, they just do vaccines, and there's so much competition with that. What happens if, somebody else has another one? Pfizer has products to help them out. So that's one thing that I'm telling you guys is this is a very good pharmaceutical company that has distributed dividends. It has a very strong market. It is in demand. Think about it. It's cold outside. Chapstick. Pfizer. Look at the label on chapstick next time you go to the store. Look at Centrum. Pfizer owns that. So they are a very strong pharmaceutical company that has increased their dividends over time. It's one of my favorite dividend stocks, one of my favorite pharmaceutical stocks. So I just wanted to, address this with you guys, why I invest in Pfizer over Moderna. One, for the dividends, and two, look at its history. Moderna goes up and down. Pfizer's pretty consistent. So let me know what you think of this video. Again, if you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. When you look at certain stocks, and don't forget to give that like button, by the way. When you look at certain stocks, okay, dividend stocks or any stocks, understand what they're about first before you put money in. I've seen so many people in forums, Robinhood and everything, say how much money they lost because they went just on emotions. You have to be a little technical when you look at certain stocks before you make payments. So, that's my advice to you guys is, this is in demand. These are medications that are very popular out there. And here's another one, Levaquin. That's an antibiotic, that they give, pretty popular out there. So that's pretty much it. So I just want to address that because a lot of you guys were asking me, what does Pfizer bring to the table? And this is what they have. I'm just on this, just discussing medications, and I better know them because I'm going to be taking pharmacology in the summer, so in graduate school. So here's another one, EpiPen. You're allergic, Epi, right there. Okay. Well, these guys bring so much to the table. They're a phenomenal company. I think very highly of them. I think very highly of their vaccine once it gets passed. And I highly encourage you guys to get vaccinated. If you have an opportunity with Pfizer to get vaccinated, and then, put some money in those guys. Because I'm not a financial advisor, but I am long in Pfizer. Absolutely love them as a company, have them in my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. And I'm going to keep on reinvesting those dividends and letting this thing fly. So thank you again and have a good one.